Hello, welcome back to Rolling with Story, running the hypotheticals again. Now, this one, Connor, is one close to our heart. A player's going to be away for a long time, but doesn't want to leave the campaign. How do you, as a DM, manage that situation?
So, we had this happen in Campaign 3. We had a character leave for 6 months, and we were playing every weekend at this point, so that is...
It's a lot of episodes.
A lot of episodes. Like, a lot. So, there's many ways you can do this. The way I ended up doing it, and it's what fits the character best. I think the things you come up against that are difficult are, why would this character leave when things are so important right now? Why would they leave to come back? So lots of questions to be asked, lots of questions to be answered. So what we did is the world was in this kind of coming up to post-apocalyptic. This mortal god was about to ascend. Things are about to get really rough. But one of our characters had to leave. So they were connected to a being called the Reynan, which was like a kind of proto-nether kind of weird eldritch type thing, is probably the only way I can explain it to you guys. And we had him. So first of all, I was like, I'm going to solve this problem later. I've got a long time to do it. So he was at the top and he was thinking about the war to come. And I knew it was his last episode. And his whole power was disintegration. So he made things ash. It was his whole power. And I disintegrated him, basically. I made him Avengers Endgame start turning into dust. Like, I don't want to go, Mr. Stark!
Yeah.
Which was really fun. So it was at the end of the episode, he started to go into dust. His little companion, he had like a little spren that followed him around, like a little spirit. And he was like, we have to go. And then the character was like, what, where? And then it started to happen straight away. And there was this really awesome moment where he etched in kind of a message into the woods before he disappeared. And then I was able to kind of solve that problem at a different time, at a different date, basically, which is a bit of a cheap way out of it. But it gave me more time. For other things that I can think about is there's a serious quest linked to that character. So maybe the Rogue Guild needs help with something really drastic, but you can't distract from what's happening right now. The Paladin gets a holy message from their god that they have to go to this sunken temple, find this artifact, because it will help them in the main quest, but the main quest can't be stopped because it's too important. So that's how I would structure it. I'd structure it as the main quest's too important to leave right now, it's too serious, but this other thing needs to be done. So one of you must go and take this banner and do it and take this responsibility upon your shoulders. And it will be, the person that's leaving has to do it. Okay, cool. See you in a little bit. And that also lends itself to them coming back stronger, because you don't want them to come back level 10 if you're level 15 next time you play. So you can say they leveled up when they were away, they've come back stronger. So basically that really link it to the character, use the motivations of the character. So like I said, Paladin, use their god. It's a message from their god, so they can't get away from it.
Say no.
Clerics, you can do the same. Rogues, maybe it's a family member, or it's the thing that they need to go get can only be got by someone who's a Bilbo, someone who's a great burglar. Do you know what I mean? So if it's a druid, it could be the call of nature. The ley lines need to be communed with for a wizard. Something like that. Something that links to their character that only their character can do. And then you can draw them away from the main group, basically. Give them that time to go on holiday or do whatever.
Yeah. Was there any aspect of that you found difficult with that?
Difficult?
Or was it easy? Yeah.
Yes and no. Yes, because you now have to change power levels of everything. The way I do my bosses and stuff is directly linked to the power of everybody that's playing, and I really do it by quite an intuition. Oh, that was too strong, that was too weak, I need to change this here, fix that there. So it wasn't too bad, but you're losing a whole person. So everything has to come down in power, and sometimes that can make bosses feel less powerful than the bosses before. They're this boss just isn't hitting as hard as the boss before, but even though they're supposed to be more powerful. So it puts you in a weird position of that. So the way I did that is I just brought everybody up with items to kind of compensate, but to meet in the middle. So my bosses still felt really scary and powerful.
Yeah,
but they
we also
were
had
able
some.
to.
We also had some guest stars. Sorry to interrupt you there. You
No,
brought the guest stars in, and that was a real success because we got new people to come and play with us. More characters, more story development. One of the characters particularly was absolutely out of this world. Gunther the Gallant was absolutely unbelievably good.
Yeah.
So that was really fun. And both the characters were really fun. There was some cool story development.
Yeah,
it changed the party dynamic. It was good. It was
I think
really
that's
good.
yeah.
I think
actually,
you dealt with that well, to be honest.
Yeah,
I was nervous about it, and you did really well, I thought.
It was good because I think when you've been playing with the same group for so long, everyone's got the same ideas.
Yeah.
So it's a chance as well. We've got a large friendship circle. A lot of people play. A lot of people haven't been able to play in this campaign because we're quite close knit. No one really leaves during campaigns, so it was a time to like bring some new blood in, get some different perspectives, get some insights. And that's just good. It's just adding new blood to your campaign. So I definitely recommend that. And then you don't have to change the power levels for your creatures as well. So.
You can hike them up, make them bigger, make them scarier.
Yeah. The one of the harder bits is like bringing the character back in. So the character, the person won't know what's happened, won't have any emotional attachment to what's happened.
Yes.
So it's as you're bringing them back in, giving them another session 0 to kind of connect them to certain things, connect them to what's happening right now. Just a little bit. You don't need to like bombard them with all the information. You'll find that the characters will do that themselves because they'll want to catch up. They'll be like, "Oh, you weren't here, but this terrible thing happened, and this NPC died," and it actually adds to some really good RP between them. But that's quite hard bringing them back in, making sure they're balanced. When I brought our character back in, they were broken because I tried to match the same power level, but it was really hard. So I gave them lots of items and lots of levels, and I had to dial back quite a lot because I came in too strong.
I also would say the balancing issue wasn't just you. He also found the most disgusting paladin multi-class. And
so
then,
this is
and he did the paladin sorcerer multi-class.
Yeah,
the sorcered in is a classic thing. He did that, but we have crazy items. He was also a homebrew subclass of sorcerer, which there was some like interactions between that and the paladin, which just made him absolutely
vile,
donkulous.
Yeah.
But insanely cool. Also, one thing. Sorry. Wait. One thing. Yeah, go on.
I've got something just on that multi-class thing you were saying just before you move on. Is that it was because it was 6 levels. So if they're coming back with 6 levels, you're basically going. You can min max because it's not happening one at a time. You're going his 6 levels, and they can basically do with that what they want. So because I did that, they were able to go this, and this will work best, and I'm going to take all of that. So that's something to bear in mind.
True. Very true. Very true. One thing I thought you did really well was that his session 0 had campaign relevance. Mm-hmm. So he turned up having known things we didn't know.
Yes.
And we knew things he didn't know.
Cool.
That was really cool because I think if you came in and you knew nothing and that you just joined back again, you'd feel really out of the loop. Whereas he came with like, no, I have this intel, this is going to happen. And we were like, whoa, we didn't know that. We thought this was going to happen. And then that everybody felt relevant and kind of capable, which I think was really good.
Yeah. I think you're missing a trick there as well. I think if you don't do that because the players will have stuff to RP to the person that's been away, so you need to give them a little bit in their belt as well to make them feel a little fleshed out, make them feel that they've got something to contribute to the conversation. So that's a good thing to do. Don't miss that. Give them some intel on the bad guy that they can deliver. And that will help them kind of cement themselves back into the group as, they're bringing someone back. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Really, really cool. I think it can be tricky to navigate these things. And I think discussions with the player can be really good. Mm-hmm. And discussions with the party about, okay, guys, this is sort of where I'm at. So I definitely would go, hey guys, I'm going to have to slightly change how I'm balancing the bosses a little bit. So it might feel a little bit different, but I'm going to try some new things. I'm going to try some new stuff, some different things. Let me know what you think. If you keep it a bit open, I think that could be good. No one's going to go, oh yeah, you've changed bosses because you're trying to balance because a player's gone on holiday. Like no one's going to actually mind about that. Anyone reasonable anyway, anyone we play with isn't going to mind. So yeah, it can be dealt with, I think is what I'd
Yeah.
say. If people are worried about it, it can be dealt with. It isn't an easy situation to deal with, but it can be dealt with. And actually, I thought was a success in the end for us.
And there can be opportunity in it as well. So like it's that thing of like taking something that might be bad and really hard and like take a lot of work, but turning it into something that can work for your campaign and add more elements to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, have you got any closing statements you want to add to that before we finish off this hypothetical?
No, I think that's all good. I think, talk to your character and first to converse with them what they want to do. Do they want this character to stay? Because there was an element of like, I remember we talked a bit when this player wants to leave, and I was like, do you want your character to like die? Do you want to come back with a new character? What is the vibe? And they were like, I want to keep my character. So then we fought this up.
Sweet.
So there's lots of different things to do. And I think once again, it's a DM player conversation. Have that conversation and then start building from there.
Awesome. Love it.
Yeah, great.
Absolutely brilliant. Thanks again, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you'd say about this. How would you deal with this scenario? Let us know in the comments. And keep on rolling as always. Peace out.
Peace out.
Peace out.